A Bronx school stabbing has reignited the debate about metal detectors in schools. Last week, chaos erupted at the Urban Assembly School for Wildlife Conservation after 18-year-old Abel Cedeño stabbed two of his classmates with an illegal stainless steel blade. One of the victims, 15-year-old Matthew McCree, was pronounced dead at St. Barnabas Hospital, while the other survived with critical wounds. Proponents argue that if the Urban Assembly School had had metal detectors, the illegal weapon Cedeño concealed would have been discovered. Every day, 100,000 New York City children wait in line to make it through metal detectors as part of their morning ritual. But does security outweigh the possible dangers of running schools like prisons? Before the tragic incident in the Bronx, Jack Ford sat down with Greg Floyd, the head of the city's School Safety Officers Union, and he began that conversation by asking why many feel we need metal detectors in our schools.
Just that alone says why they should have metal detectors there. Because think about all the slashings that are now occurring on the streets of New York City. Those slashings are occurring by young school-aged children. And think about the crime that's being committed around the schools. If we didn't have metal detectors, those crimes would be committed inside the schools. How many children have been shot and stabbed outside of schools?
If I'm a parent of a child in school and I say to you, Greg, I understand what you're saying about this idea of that, we're grabbing some weapons that maybe we wouldn't grab otherwise. But I say to you, what bothers me is that for my child going to school, it almost feels like they're in a prison with the scanners there and checking everything. How would you answer that for me? What would you say to me as a parent about that?
As a parent, I would say to you, it may not be your child that gets hurt, but someone's child is going to get hurt. Some child is not going to return home as a result of not being able to confiscate weapons. Children, unfortunately, fight. We don't want them fighting with knives and guns. If they're going to fight with their hands, you could recover from a broken arm, a black eye, but you can't recover from a gunshot that kills you or a knife wound that kills you. So these are precautionary measures that must stay in place.
Now, you mentioned that's funny because when my children, especially my son, was growing up, I remember saying to them, look, when I was a kid, if you got in an argument with somebody, maybe you got in a fist fight.
Yes.
And that was it. But I remember saying to my son, nowadays, people are going to pull guns and knives on you, so I'd rather you not get in a fight. And try and get out of it any way you can. So obviously, times, as you said, have changed. But is there a point, and I know that some of the people who are saying we should pull these out have said, well, the replacement maybe would be creating more trust between the students and the administration and maybe even your members. That sounds good, and we'd like to do that. Do you believe, from your perspective here, that that would be an adequate replacement for the scanners?
No, you can't replace safety to make some people feel comfortable with what's going on in society. Because I don't see any government agencies, especially City Hall, removing their metal detectors. We're not going to remove the metal detectors at the airports. Everyone is inconvenienced going to their flights because you have to go through the metal detectors. But we all know it's necessary. And unfortunately, that's the society that we live in. And until we can get a hold on the manufacturers and the gun manufacturers and weapons, we can't remove metal detectors because guns are so readily available.
We've seen some of the folks who are, again, suggesting that maybe we can take the scanners out of the schools. They pointed to what they say is a decline in school violence as a justification for taking that out. And I've seen some things that you've talked about where you just don't agree with the concept, or more importantly, you don't agree with the numbers.
I don't agree with the numbers. I could tell you that the schools, the New York City Police Department came up with warning cards where they issue these warning cards in lieu of arresting children for marijuana and other low-level, what they call low-level crime. They just take it off the books. So what was classified under the previous administration, Mayor Bloomberg, as crimes, those things don't count anymore. So if you don't count what counted in the past, your stats are going to go down. It doesn't make it safer. It just means you're not saying what's going on. I'll give you an example. A child brought in 7 bags of marijuana. They didn't arrest the child. Now, I'm sure that child didn't bring in 7 bags of marijuana for himself. He's going to go there and sell it. But we're not arresting children for those things. We just let them go. not even telling their parents they got arrested, not even telling their parents they brought it in. So, I mean, this shift to just say, you know what, they're children, let's let them go. But you know, there's no corrective action here, and it only gets worse.
Well, it's an interesting issue.
Yeah.
Greg Floyd, thanks for coming in and spending some time
Thank you.
with us.
Thank you
We
for inviting
appreciate
me.
sharing your thoughts and the thoughts of your members with us.
Appreciate
Take care.
Thank you.